shut it all down and put it all back on, and oh my goodness, I'm on a big stump again. So I don't know what happened actually. First things first, we'll get my battery protected from the splash zone. Put that safely there out of reach. And we'll turn you all back around. There's not much sunrise left. I appreciate you coming earlier. But I think what I did was I lost signal, possibly. I don't know. But it's pretty gray now. Time to head back. Couple big pelicans. And my turtle. Hey, welcome back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I have no idea what that was. I lost the ability to push any buttons on my camera or anything. I don't know what that was. I'm wondering if I was losing signal. But the sunrise is pretty much over. And I am out here in the wind. I'll let the wind blow me back to my pickup spot. I'll go along the shoreline and see if we see anything. I might lose signal. If I do, it's been a great week, whatever you want to call it. I appreciate you guys being here and showing up as often as you do. And here we go. We're going to take a chance on losing this signal close to shore. It won't be a very long trip. I'm not that far from my destination. And that wind is picking up on me, don't it? I might get my other hat on. Like that wind's wanting to kick up this morning a little. This big old giant coat. This is actually a life jacket. This is one of the coolest pieces of equipment that I own because it is the absolute warmest storm parka. You can stand out in the rain for hours and never get wet. If you fall in the lake, that whole jacket is a life preserver, so that it'll float, it'll hold you up in case you pass out. But yeah, it's a little chilly. All right, let's get you flipped back around. Goodness. Oh, whoopsie. Definitely gonna need a better. Definitely gonna need a better tripod. Oh, goodness. I am a mess. Good morning, welcome back to the Ormanay sunrise stream. We've left the sunrise behind and we're paddling back to the road. So I'm just gonna, I'll probably lose the signal, but let's stay connected as long as I can. Welcome to Ormanay's morning paddle. Proof of life, I'm not a robot. This is not artificial intelligence. This is real reality. I hope y'all enjoy it. Give you a quick 360 if you like. That be the far side of the lake. That be the touristy people side of the lake. That be the sunrise that went above the clouds and now it's just a big gray sky. And this be the forest full of critters I'm hoping to photograph. Let's go. Careful, careful, careful. All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're waking and baking with me. Been out here for 3 days. Definitely need some additional relief for my achy old bones. So, good morning, glory, and how to ya. Just reconnect, and you guys get to see those geese flying. Yep, it's a sketchy phone signal at best back here, but yeah, I watched a little bit of clips from my other. Looks like most of my live streams were broadcast pretty decently enough. all the rain keeps passing us by. I was set up last night, was all worried about getting rained on, and I found a good beach, and I've got a couple of tent poles that I put up in the mud, and I didn't have to do nothing. It never did rain. The stars came out. I got some great starlight pictures. I got some. I think I got a photograph of something cool flying through the sky. It's in three of my photos of the night sky. Something traveling real fast, like one of those rods that people talk about seeing in photographs. It's really, but it's in three different photographs in three different locations. It's almost like I photographed a spaceship taking off into outer space. It's really trippy looking. Taking some nighttime star pictures last night. Really weird looking. I'll show you guys on the. Be making a video about that. I got lots of good little videos, lots of good clips. For some reason, yesterday was squirrel day. You sit still long enough in your boat, and eventually the squirrels are the first thing to show up. They're the first things to stop being shy. Well, I got a video of a raccoon swimming in the lake. I paddled my kayak out past him and corralled him back because he was swimming out to open water like he was going to be drowned or ate up by a big fish in the middle of the lake. So I positioned my kayak around on the outside to make him start swimming towards the shore. And he did. He swam towards a little family of raccoon that was waiting on him. And it's kind of weird. I think it was a fear response. He just got scared when he seen me and start swimming out into the middle of the lake instead of running into the forest like a normal raccoon. It was the craziest thing. So I don't know what happened, but hopefully he's staying on land and learned from that. Big duck was flying by. I was trying to get him, but he veered off the other way as soon as I moved my arm. Get out here to open water and I'll take an overview of the shoreline and see if anything. Kind of pretend like I'm not paying attention because I've been making so much noise. The deer are real perceptive. They know if you're paying attention. They know it 5 million times and they won't. But as soon as you stop that car and get out and stand up, they'll run away. And it's kind of the same thing. They watch your body language. They watch where your eyes are looking. They know if they're being stared at just like you do. Gray, gray, gray. I don't mind. I don't like photographically. These kind of mornings are kind of a bummer. But what I do like about these mornings, nobody ever comes out on these great except a die-hard, dyed-in-the-wool, old retired fisherman, and they leave you alone. But you ain't never going to see a jet ski or any of that. You're not going to see any of that on a day like today. People and in the old days, you see people skiing and hiking and doing all kinds of stuff out in the rain and bad days. But I bet you I won't see another person out here until I leave. Just because it's overcast. And the temperatures are beautiful. Uh-oh, getting a data warning. It's telling me I've used too much data on an unlimited plan. Somebody tell me how that works. Ooh, data warning. How you get a data warning for an unlimited plan? That don't make no sense. Good morning. Welcome to the Gray live stream. It was the Purple show earlier. I hope you got to see that. That was a very fleeting, spectacular, and short lived moment on the water. I live for that. That's it. My whole kayaking life is really exciting for a couple hours in the morning and really exciting for sunset. I've been photography, sunsets, and kayaking for 20, 30 years, and I still get excited. I get bored and listless in the afternoon when nothing's moving around. There's no animals. Man, as soon as the sky starts popping and the colors change and the nocturnal animals start stirring around, I just get all excited and want to. I feel like a reporter in a locker room. I want to run up to all the players and interview them. Like, excuse me, Mr. Armadillo, how's that dirt taste today? Like I just want to be all in it. And I talk to the animals like they all understand me. I know they understand my tone, so I'm always like, oh, hi, and talk to all the animals like they're all my little babies. I'm a weird old man. I bet you a lot of other old folks are like that out in the wilderness. They probably don't, they'd be on a construction site acting all rough and tough. But you put a bunny rabbit in their hands and watch how they melt. You show them a picture of a little baby Bambi deer with the spots on it. They'll melt. We're all the same. Humans like that kind of stuff. Don't let them tell you they don't. I mean, we're getting into a day and age now where more modern people they see a wild animal and the first thing they think is yuck or gross or oh my god, it has diseases. And yet they will go and eat fish tacos from a taco truck using dry ice as their main resource of refrigeration. The hell eat sushi from 7-Eleven. But a deer with a couple of ticks on its ear is gross. Hey, you do the math. Life is gross. That's kind of the whole point. But oh, that animal is a lot grosser than what I do every day when I wipe it off. They don't even use. Anyways, I'm talking weird, strange stuff. I don't even need to be. None of that's even relevant. My mind just wanders. It's ADD. Sorry about the seasickness. Try to get you a little bit better view as we pass by. It's a bit far off. If there's any animals in there, they're staying away because they can hear me talking. I think that's going to be the hardest thing for me to do. The challenge for me on these nature live streams is to be quiet, to not ruin the chance for other people. Because, I see stuff all the time. I can follow the tracks and I can sit and hunker down and wait. And 90% of the stuff I don't even get on camera. It's unfortunate that I don't have the battery power and the finances. If I just walk around out here with a camera 24/7, you guys would see a lot more. I found where the pelicans were hiding out yesterday. They're in some real shallow water up by the nature preserve in by the bridge. It's 20 miles an hour wind. I got a couple of photographs, but it was so windy every time I stopped paddling, I was getting pushed back 50 feet. So every picture of pelicans you see, I lost about 50 feet of travel that I had to paddle back into the 20-mile-an-hour wind for. So I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's the foolish kind of foolishness I like. I live for moments like that. I was gonna make some other. And I've got some other ideas for my channel that are not live videos. You know, I produce a lot of weird stuff and nature videos, and I want to start doing some more showing about how I get away with all this. Because I getting out here for 2 or 3 days without needing the world is it's a lot of planning and it's a lot of work. I carry a lot of gear. I'm like NASA. I prepare for every little thing. Three or four lighters. I extra cigarettes. I've always got extra coffee. I always got extra sugar. Um, I keep talking and I've only got one bottle of water. Well, that's not necessarily true. I have a really nice water filter that's brand new. And little game I play with myself is I try really hard to not use that water filter unless it's a real actual emergency. And so I didn't stash any extra water. Sometimes I do that, a lot of times I'll do that. But I didn't feel like stopping at the dollar store and buying extra water just to stash in the woods. And so I literally have one little half a liter of water, enough for a cup of coffee and a good drink of fresh water. I'll be good here in a little bit. My ride will be here in a couple hours, but I want to make more videos of how I rig my kayak up, how I stay comfortable for long distances. You know, the long hours of paddling, the muscle aches, the tiredness, the mental strain. Sorry, I didn't turn to face those two ducks, but they sure were pretty. Now, this next section coming up over here your left, where it cuts around and goes back deeper. I might lose my signal, but that is a really wild section. That's where I camped at last night. There's a beaver back there, his tail on the water all night long. I could hear him chitting and chewing on wood all night. I just couldn't see nothing, and I didn't, I wasn't filming. But so we might, if you hear some loud splashes, that's a beaver smacking his tail. We're just about to head into his territory here. I sure appreciate you guys being here on this Thursday morning live paddle. Uh, I had to stop the stream and start another one, but we did a sunrise stream. So I had a couple days in a row. Looking forward to more of that in the future. Hopefully we won't lose the signal. And I'm going to hug up the shoreline. If we lose the signal, I apologize. I'll just go ahead and shut the stream down. If it comes in and out, you might want to turn your volume down. I don't know, staticky on your end, but I'm going to keep it on the off chance that it stays connected in this little area. So I am going to make a concerted effort to quiet down a little bit. We're going to turn this corner and we're going to enter the sanctum of the beaver. Now, and once again, if I do lose my signal, if I do lose my signal, thank you so much for being here and checking in on my live streams. And I'll catch you real soon at home behind my piano and be back out on the walk real soon. I'm going to leave everything running. Don't have a lot of faith that I won't lose my signal. Cross, maybe we'll see some wildlife. Please don't poop on me. Please don't poop on me.